Well, it is Friday, August 21st, and Shelob the Spider. I guess I haven't had the grow lights on, so I think Shelob the Spider is not too happy with that. But she's got a lot of little babies. I should show you the babies. Let me show you the babies. Our ton of little babies. There's spiders over here. They were moving around the other day. There they are. I didn't hurt them. But we got babies. And Shelob lives up in here. See, there she is. Just chilling for the day. She comes out at night. So, let me turn this back around. So anyway, I want to get back to doing almost daily vlogs, not for you people, but for me, because I want to keep track of the progress I'm making, because sometimes I forget how much I actually do in a day, and I think it's helpful. So I started working on this, I think Tuesday, and let me show you how far I've come with the raised beds. Here we go. Boom. All right, so the second raised bed, I didn't build quite as heavily. I literally just built the frame. I had the front frame, but then I just put the sides on and screwed the roofing material to the inside. I didn't pinch it like I did with the other one. And it's a lot lighter, but it seems sturdy enough. And then today, in between rainstorms, I'm hoping that I can put the back layer on, and I'm just going to screw it to here, because I just got to get this thing done. You know, I could make it perfect, and I said this before in the earlier video. I could worry about it being perfect, or I could just get it done. So I think it's going to look pretty good, and I still have to level this one up. I've leveled this up a little bit just to see if I like it better, and I kind of like it a little more level. This looks a little kind of So let me go out to the front here and give you the front view. And you know, our road is getting busier and busier. There's a business down the end of the road, and these people drive so fast. Yes, these whippersnappers just drive so fast. So there we go. I am very pleased with these. And the next time I have a little free time, I'm going to build some for over there. So the moral of the story is you can build your own raised beds. It's going to cost you a couple $100. There's often chunks of roofing material left over in different projects, but it's not that expensive. Or if you have other stuff, use the other stuff. I might actually do the same frame, and I probably won't, but I'll at least see if I can use some of the slab wood for the sides of a raised bed. I think if I had a nice 2x4 frame, I could use pretty much anything for the side material, as long as it was fairly well supported, so that the soil doesn't bulge out. So anyway, there you have it. So that's basically part 2 of the raised bed thing, and all I have left to videotape here is finishing the last side, and what am I going to put in the raised beds and how I'm going to do that. We're going to do something called hugelkultur, which is putting a bunch of kind of rotten wood in the bottom, and that will feed the soil and the plants for years to come. And then I'm going to get some compost. I think my neighbor across the road here has a huge pile of cow manure that maybe I can get him to use his front end loader and dump into just dump it right in. So So those are the raised beds. Thanks for going down the rabbit hole of the raised beds with me. Peace, grooviness, over and out. This is Mark Shepard, and this will either be the end of this video or I'll show you the finished ones, and then it'll be the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, do all that kind of stuff. Thank you. And soon, like in the next day or two, I'm going to check out the large part of the farm that I'm looking to lease. All right, this is not a how-to video because I would never want someone to blame me for giving them bad directions. Like this is the stuff I like figuring out myself. Once I have a basic idea, it's so simple. This is, again, is not a how-to channel. This is a how I am channel. This is a how I'm doing stuff. And if you can learn something, great. If not, that's okay too. Hopefully I'll entertain you with my mistakes and you can feel superior. Anyway, it took me a little while to figure out how I was going to do the back side of this, and I'll switch camera views so I can show you what I'm talking about. And we're rolling. Okay, so I wasn't sure how I wanted to, this is exactly 10 feet between this inner edge and that inner edge. And so if I have an exact 10-foot 2x4, I don't have anything to attach it to. So what I decided was to basically attach this about a 2x4's depth in. So I am going to use the pinch roller method, but just here, it'll make this corner quite strong, and it'll give me something to screw the top 10-foot 2x4 into, and then I'll do the sheet metal here. And if I don't like it, I'll just put another 2x4 to face it. But otherwise, I think it should be fine. So that's the update. I got one over here. This is what I did. So hopefully I can remember this in the future if I ever want to build more of these. That's kind of a nice little solution. Not perfect, but I like this. And oh, and I bent down this top sharp edge. So that's, if I bend it down with the hammer, I actually don't need a protection edge up there. So yeah, so that's where we are. And compared to this one over here, where I built each thing separately except the sides. So yeah, so it's an evolving process, and what I like about it is there's no right or wrong. Like, I just do it the way it works and learn and move on. Boom. A friend of mine, and I was telling him, oh, this is not a how-to video. My suggestion is, if you can't kind of look at this, like I looked at the idea in my mind, and figure out how to build a box, then you need to hire somebody to do it. This is not a step-by-step YouTube how-to video, okay? So this is me just sharing my journey and keeping track of stuff in my own kind of journal so that I can look back and go, oh God, remember that first year? Yeah, remember that first year? So I'm gonna put this top railing up now and stop talking. All right, so I think I might be done. I might still want to reinforce the ends of each of these because I really haven't reinforced the ends. There's just the frame. Pull back a little. There's just the frame. There's no, vertical or cross piece. And I had the brilliant idea here of putting the cross piece in the back, because gravity's on this side, and if it does kind of bow out, I can always add more side pieces, more 10-footers, or I can get a 12-footer and actually cut it, to the full length. In the future, I think I would work with 12-footers, cut them down to 10 as necessary. But whatever. There's a fly on my leg. Get off there. Get off my leg. So I think it's time to take a break, and yeah, so that's the big raised bed the big raised bed project. And of course I gotta hose it off. It's a little discolored just from laying in a pile for years. But we used it. We used some stuff that was free. We ended up buying some stuff that wasn't free. But in the end, we got a couple of good raised beds, and I've still got to level that first one up. And but I kind of like how this one sits. It's not perfect, but you know, I have a rock on this corner and a rock under the other corner, because it does go down the hill in that direction. So, whew. So there you have it, a how to not. No, just as I build these, the other thought that comes to me is, you know, if I could build these with a roof and one side or an opening, it would be a perfect farrowing hut for pigs. Farrowing. Perfect place for pigs to have babies. Or to get out of the weather. Not very expensive. So the part I love about this whole farm thing is that you have to figure stuff out, and there's always something to do. There's always something new. There's always something different. There's always a situation you've never been in before, but you can use your experience from the past to inform your current experience, your current dilemmas, or whatever it is. So I don't know. I'm kind of proud of them. So that's it for the big adventure of the raised beds. Boom. Oh, by the way, if you like the stuff I'm doing, it's going to change. But if you like just kind of reading my journal and being a part of this adventure, even though it's not fast moving, even though there's not a whole lot of thrills, spills, or sexy bikini chicks, this is a real story, and it's unfolding in real time. And farming requires long-term thinking, something we are not taught in this country. And we need to start thinking long-term, because we're in massive bubbles, people. The stock bubble, the real estate bubble, the bond bubble, the bubble. And nobody knows what's going to happen. It's a grand experiment we've been trying for the last 100 years or so, since the Federal Reserve was illegally created. Do some research. Read a book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. I don't agree with all his stuff, but his facts and his history, pretty accurate. I disagree on his conspiracy theory at the end, but of all the conspiracy theories, this one actually is a conspiracy. It was a conspiracy of J.P. Morgan and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers to create a system that would benefit them, where they would have control of the money from behind the scenes. It's classic, it's brilliant, and it's a Ponzi scheme. The Federal Reserve has a checkbook that has no money in it, and they write checks for the economy, and that's why the dollar no longer buys what it used to buy. So movies used to be a dime. Nickelodeon, they used to be 5 cents. Now it's $15 to see a movie. Oh, we don't even have them anymore. Interesting. Anyway, enough of that. Blah. And it just started to rain. I was about to level that one up, but it started pouring. But maybe it will stop.